Oh, hi. I didn't see you there. Because I can't see through your camera, you see. If you will notice, from my backpack, I am preparing some evil scheming today. Give me a moment till I actually turn on my music. I hadn't turned it on yet. Sick. Okay. So, that is loud. 1 second. That's why it's so loud, because it was at full volume, instead of being, you know, a low volume. Which it's, anyway. Okay. So, don't worry about that, actually. Hi, chicken. So I have some very cool things that I want to do. So I'm gonna put those here. Did I empty out all of these? Yes. So I've got this materials list, and it's got a lot of random nonsense in it. And I need to assemble those and then go to the inn.
It's for a secret surprise tool that'll help us later.
So let's start out with getting, whatever I've already got. Little bibbles and bobbles of nonsense, you know? Okay. Let's see here. So I just saw the source berry. I just saw the sky weave. So source berry and sky weave. Oh, the cart assembler. I only have 1 caution wrap. Yeah, I only need 2 sickness. Oh no, I need 3, really? Oh, where's the 3rd one for? Oh, right, because there's a... Right, okay. Redstone contacts. So mark down the side. Hello! I'm not entirely certain how to say your name. Redstone contacts are done. 5 redstone links. Is that how many I've got? Yeah. I'm doing quite well. I have powered latch and a roly-poly. Where's the powered latch on my shed? There we go. 18 spruce windows. Those were the last ones to come in. How do I make caution wrap again? Well, I'm not actually entirely sure if Coven SMP is open, but hang on, let me pull up the Discord link just so that, you know, I don't think we're doing any more invitations, but I can at least send you the Discord link. Oh, here we go. Dear listeners, present and future, if you want to join the Coven SMP Discord, you know, there's your link. So I need... Okay, so 2 of these. 1 of these. And then I need... How do I get black dye? I think I can just mill char... Oh, I can mill coal and dandelions. How much, whatchamacallit? 2 stacks plus 12. Awesome. And then let me run all the way down here. And then we're gonna... No! Oh, that was too close. Awesome. Here we go. I think that is enough caution wrap. No, really, I need more caution wrap. Oh my gosh, okay. That's fine, I still have materials for more of it. There it is. Is 12. I would prefer not to have a bunch of extras of all of these blocks, is the thing. One shoot, which I believe I saw a moment ago. The dirt kind of doesn't... I don't actually need dirt, but, like, probably should keep it. This pale and ashen. What's the stat? I wish that there was like a search on this 12 pale oak. Then 2 oak button. So some inrods. Let's also throw in those torches. And that is this one full. So I will just store it over here. Next up, we need 11 plus 40. 11 stacks of ashen planks. Okay, well, looks like I have to go grow more ashen planks. And then where's my grow glyph? Ashen farm. Let me, like, make sure that I even have room in my inventory. Okay, awesome. And then I'm actually putting some of the excess. There we go. Okay, I guess AoE doesn't work on grow glyphs. Weird. And then, source is regenerating. Let me just go pick apples. It'd be nice if there were a way for me to automate the apples being removed from the tree. And then this is gonna be fell. And I need much as I can get. And then I need... I didn't rename this one. There we go. Okay. I don't think that's enough yet. 3, 6, 9. There we go. If this is not enough, then there is no hope for trees. I guess, I don't know. Like, realistically, like 1 or 2 more is enough. But it was funny to just put down, like, a massive array and just be like, yes. Heck yeah. This would frickin' better be enough trees. Oh, it's all. There we go. I believe that that is the right number. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Awesome. And then let's put all those away. And for now, we'll put all these away, but we kind of just need to come back to them in a moment. So 1 dirt. More industrial iron, blocks of redstone. I already put in the brass casings. 2 beams and 1 half panel. 2 beams and a half panel. Check and check. I'll probably do all of the copycat stuff last. End rods, false weave. False weave is made with mage bloom and air. I know that I, like, have some air essence currently, but I always want to have at least 1 backup of any particular essence, just in case. Okay, that was only 4. Oh my gosh, I am so good at this. 2 more. How many strip spruce do we need, actually? I need 6 stacks of strip spruce, which is a few more than that. I also need to grab a target at some point. Do we have bundles? Nah, that's a shame. Bundles would actually be really good for this, so that I could just have, like, a couple of bundles of, oh yeah, you know, like this. This could be, actually, like, literally, I need, like, a bunch of, like, random scattershot, one-shot things. Bundles would be so helpful for that. Didn't I already get Indrods? I totally did. I must have not marked those off. Probably didn't mark off torches either. Yeah. So targets then. I also need source jar, as well as agronomic, mycelial, and an arcane pedestal. I think I need an arcane pedestal. I think yeah, okay. A gold sconce. Wait, hang on, I have the grass with me, right? Yeah, 28 grass. My toolbox is downstairs, and it's got a decent amount of things that I can use in it. Yeah. Ooh. So I need 2 of these, and then how many gearboxes? 6 gearboxes. I'm the best at counting. Out of everyone who's good at counting, I'm one of them. I need to not be sitting on my foot right now. Hang on. My foot has fallen asleep because I was sitting on it, you see. Let me put all this copycat stuff back. And this I don't need. Okay. How many spruce? 16. 6 and a stack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Those will take a few minutes to get down here. How many shafts do I need? 23, which is exactly how many I have. Shafts. I got 5 rails, 2 redstone. I think I also have enough of the girders. I do not have enough girders, so... I have so much stuff on here that, like, I don't need it anymore. Cut Probably stick with those. I don't really need that. I already have that. Okay. Let me open up a notepad and just figure out how much iron I need. Okay. So I need, I think I already have one, so that is 2 blocks of industrial iron. Pretty sure that, pretty sure that storage interfaces require it. Okay. So I need... So 3, pressed iron. A harvester requires another 2. Oh, that's just a chute, which I think I have some. Speaking of which, I need a rotational speed controller. I'm gonna need to go searching for Azurine, I believe. So that I can get more... Oh, I have a lot more zinc than I thought I did. Okay, well, all that is coming in down here. Let me just... keep filling this up. Okay, cool. I do still have my rings on. That's a few. And let me just assemble that. I think it's really interesting that they decided to make it so that you get 3 wood for every 4 logs. That's just wacky. Is this still set properly? That is stripped logs, not stripped wood. Now, this isn't going to be very fast. That's the end sentence. It's not going to be fast, but it'll be more efficient, I guess. I'll be able to just have it running in the background while I work on all of this other stuff. How many stacks do I need? 6. Probably why there's so much extra right now. Goodness. Oh well. I've kind of always had a million spruce. Okay, so all of these need to be grass. So, I mean 4 and 2. No, I'll do it later. But I do need my toolbox back out from here. Because this requires 3. The harvester requires 4. So I'm well aware that I have not actually explained what I'm doing yet. That's because it's a secret surprise tool that will help us later. Oh, I need a minecart. I don't think the minecart actually shows up in the, requirements. I also need powered rails, which is weird. Hang on. Apparently I made 2 powered rails. Where did the rest go? Are they, like, upstairs? Yeah, where did the rest of the powered rails go? That's so weird. Nice. Click. That's so weird. I made 6 of them, but only used 2. So where did the others go? Oh my gosh, I wonder if it tried to place those before they were blocks in that location. Oh, yeah, I can see it doing that. Okay. I needed another one. I always think that those are made in pairs because they're only really usable in pairs. Yeah, it's not exactly the fastest thing. Mostly because this guy's just really slow. I bet I can make that faster at some point. Is Friend still in the bathroom? Yeah, Friend is pooping. I've toilet trained my weird lizard guy. I'm actually gonna put these into my backpack. I really don't think I actually need the dirt. I should actually have deleted the dirt before exporting the schematic, I guess? Oh well. Okay, what else do I need? How do I make a target? It's like 4 redstone and a hay bale. Boy, I wonder if I need to like make a giant. I wonder if I need to like make like a big wheat field or something. Like I wonder if I just need like a way to get more wheat. Anyway, sconces. Made with these and gold nuggets. Okay. These are source stones, gold things. And I also need that. And I need mushroom stew, which is just 2 mushrooms. Then I can actually just put those in there. Gimme. Thank you. I did not realize that sconces were a shapeless recipe. So literally, like, just for the sake of transport. No. It's gonna screw something up if I don't split them now. Mushrooming. I know that's not what they're called, but, you know. I love calling things the wrong name. Of these stairs. So I need gilded sourcestone mosaic. Do I need 24, so I still need 4. Gimme? Thank you. And then that is the source jar. I did get the girder in there. Or not girder, the harvester, yeah. I believe I also got the rotational... I need 2 of them? Okay. Okay. Need a million spruce planks. I need a million spruce everything. Yeah, so by the way, a brief note about lore that apparently happened while I was busy offline at work. Death is dead? Like, really hoping that this doesn't, like, backfire or glitch out or something. But check this out. So we're gonna catapult ourselves, like, 500 meters into the air, and then I'm taking off my armor. No damage. So yeah, that seems interesting. Death's Kid, hang on, not that one. Starts with a P. I have a different friend whose Minecraft username starts with a P and has the same number of syllables. Perry. I think I'm gonna call Death's Kid Perry because I don't remember their proper name. Perry is upset. And I need to discuss it with Lonnie, I think, actually. It's like 30-something stairs, right? 38. Excellent. I believe that is all of the ashen materials that I need. I do need doors. Squirrels can make ashen doors. So I need 4 of them. Doors craft in groups of 3, which means I'm gonna have some leftovers for my future shenaniganery. Do I have any more shulker boxes? I think I have a blue one, right? Okay, and I have more... What are shulker shells good for? I can make soup. Okay. Of redstone. I also need to make archwood lanterns. How do I do that? That's probably enough. Oh wait, hang on, I don't need a double chest, So if I do this... That's so cool. Oh, that's a good feature. Thanks, Quark. I need 11, which is just a little bit less than 12. I did not intend to make 12. Okay. First page is done. Second page is also done. Third page is not done. How do I make contraption controls? Electron tube, inside casing, and a bouton. Or was that a lever? Okay. An elevator pulley needs, like, kelp or something, right? Yeah, and an iron sheet, so I'm gonna move downstairs to make that. I'm also gonna need to make a million white wool yet again. I need to make this more efficient. I also need to make a kelp farm. Kelp cider. Screw this, I'm actually going to, like... Oh good, hi Matt. Okay, I guess I was distracted. So I'm thinking, what if I basically just set up, like... Oh, I need to turn up my mic again? Oh my gosh, one sec. There we go. That's better. Why does my microphone default to half volume? What the heck? For whatever reason, every time I restart my computer, my microphone defaults to half volume. Oh, hey, look, it's Lonnie. We know about Lonnie. Have fun, Matt. Mattistic statistic. Or alternatively, Matthew Stathu. Yeah. Oh, this is the dumbest idea I've ever had. Huh. I need... gold. I say, oh, this is the dumbest idea I've ever had. That's a lie. I've had so many dumber ideas. Pretty sure that you smoke these. Or smork them. Or smunk. The smunkalorm. I'm actually going to turn off my mini-map for now. I'm trying to get used to not having a mini-map. Why did it just ping me like, oh, cloud connected again? That's weird. I wonder if the server's having some sleepiness. I'm gonna make a depot. Yeah. Yeah, this is a dumb idea, and I love it. Jade is a Lintelman. You may be able to tell what I'm planning already. Hoo-hoo. And then an elevator pulley. Is it shaped recipe? Oh, it is. That's a shame. So literally, what I'm gonna do with this is I'm gonna have it. Hey. So that it bounces like that. Ain't that useful? Also, how many of these do I need? Hang on, real quick. 28, so about... Yeah. I'm gonna put those in my backpack. It's actually not what I wanted. And then, I mean... this back. Now, if I just put you here and you here, it's going the wrong way. What if I do... It's still going the wrong way, but you know what? My incredibly cool floating powers are a little bit wacky some days. Now, let's just hope that the saw's moving in the right direction. It's not. In that case, we'll put this here. And now I actually need to go take that thing out that just got put in the thing. And I need to put it in the other thing. Now it should go out. Items get put on there. It's a little bit dumber. But now, I don't think that there's any bottleneck. Like, yeah, it's still not being produced much faster, but it's, you know. You know how it is.
Oh, hey.
Hello.
There's something important I I need to discuss with ya.
What's up?
So you know Matt, right?
Yeah. How he, sent Death on vacation.
We need to do something about this dude. Like, I'm serious.
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest, man. I don't know why you're coming to me about that. Like,
Because, look, I'm gonna be real with you, Beck. You're like the only person in this place that I trust.
I appreciate that, but at the same time, like,
Look, we gotta do something.
I'm not a fighter. I just make silly things. You know?
I don't need you to fight. I have a plan.
Oh boy. Okay.
I'm gonna trap Matt.
Okay.
I'm gonna imprison him in a prison of his own making.
This sounds like it will either go phenomenally or backfire and end up with you being dissolved.
Well, I'm not gonna be going into this prison.
I'm not. Just making that
going
clear.
Into the prison. You're not going into the prison either. It's a very simple prison. So, Matt does not have a soul. That's not being. I'm not being mean. He doesn't have a soul. He can't do magic.
He can't do magic, no soul.
Which means, if he were to go into the void, how would he get out?
Oh, yeah, if you can't die.
He's stuck there.
Yeah. At least he's stuck there until something is fixed about that.
Exactly, but if something's fixed about that, then he can't do whatever he feels like.
Yeah.
So, my plan is, and the only reason I need your help for this, aside from telling you what's going on, is, well, I don't like being too mean. We need a way to bring Matt back just in case.
Okay. And
so
what are you suggesting? Because
you know about Ender Pearl stasis chambers, right?
Yeah.
I need you, because it's got to be you. I probably won't be able to convince him of anything. I need you to convince him that something's going on.
Lonnie, I've been trying to make a minigame for a while. I could have some part of it feature an Ender Pearl stasis chamber.
Interesting.
Like, as like a failsafe of like, hey, you know, just in case something goes wrong in here, I'm setting up an Ender Pearl stasis chamber so that it can just pull you out of the game as needed.
Great.
And I'm
just in case.
And I was planning on building it in the end anyway.
Good to know. Good to know. So that way, for whatever reason, if we need to bring Matt back, we can bring him back and he isn't stuck there forever.
Yeah, just a very long time.
Just until we can get everything sorted out and we can maybe bring Death back, because this is genuinely terrifying. No one in this world can die right now.
Yeah, I just fell like 5,000 meters and like barely even scuffled my hair kind of thing. Okay, actually no, my hair was a mess, but you know.
We need to figure out how we can bring him back before Hirachia does. Hirachia's mad.
I imagine.
Yeah. So, whatever happens, it might be worse than death. So we gotta bring it back.
So like
soon.
Well, part of the problem is that like it would be great to get Perry's help on that, is the thing.
Right. Damn.
Yeah. But if Perry is blind with rage, I guess? It's not exactly likely that they'll help out.
Yeah. We just need him not interfering
Yeah.
in anything.
Man, what I wouldn't give for a compulsion contract nowadays. Ooh.
Okay, just set that up just in case with him if you can.
Yeah. I'm gonna be
And when
honest,
that's
like,
done,
I'm just gonna have everyone set up Ender Pearl. Like, not even just like, oh yeah, for the wait, hang on a second. Doesn't bone meal... Oh my gosh, I should have ground that bone meal. Not even like a, oh yeah, for a trap, as like a, no, I don't actually entirely know if this minigame will be safe. There's a non-zero chance that you'll be running along and you'll drop through a floor and go into the void. And so we can just have an Ender Pearl stasis chamber if that happens.
fair enough.
And like,
good enough point.
yeah.
I'm
Like this isn't even, this is not necessarily me saying, oh, I'll help you build a trap. I think that it is more of, oh, I'm going to build a mini game. You probably should make sure not to sabotage it. Also, out of curiosity, do the Ender Dragon scale things on your body, like, does that hurt?
I can't feel pain in this body.
Yeah, that's fair. Does it, like, get snagged on your clothes? I've never had scales, but I always figured they'd get snagged on everything.
They're surprisingly, like, small, so the gaps, I don't think
Really?
are... Not as much as you would think. It doesn't matter. I think I figured out how to swap bodies soon, so...
Oh.
That'll be great.
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting.
I'm gonna be normal again.
That's a stretch.
What, are you saying I'm not normal?
In my nearly 24,000 years of life, I've never met anything I could describe as normal. Honestly, like... Technically speaking, the only normal being that I've met was the embodiment of order. And I'm really sad that I didn't get a chance to slap it in the face. It was obnoxious, man. Oh my gosh.
Okay, but when you describe me as not normal, is that what you mean, or is it, are you calling me strange in a roundabout way?
I still think that magic users are a little bit weird. I barely understand it. And also, I think that anybody who, for any reason, anyone who's here isn't normal either. I think that there's gotta be something wacky going... With all due politeness towards you, myself, and everyone else on the expedition, there's gotta be something wacky in the heads of everyone here.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Anyway.
Well, anyways.
Yeah. Thank you,
Good luck with that.
Yeah, thanks for stopping by. If you have any requests for, like, the flavor or genre of minigame that I make, let me know, because I'm still mulling things over.
I mean... Well, wait, you're making a minigame, but you don't know what's gonna happen in it?
I have a bunch of ideas in my head, but I found that the best way to actually, like, do things is just to start building them.
I mean, who knows? Maybe for now you could take advantage of the fact that no one dies.
Yeah, that could be interesting. But wouldn't it suck if I almost finish it, and then Death comes back from vacation, and then I have to start over and scrap it?
Yeah,
I don't know. I guess I could just have it so it's like, okay, cool, well, now the stakes are that you've died. Oh well. Anyway,
Fair enough.
I'm gonna finish evil scheming, and by that I mean I'm gonna go grind up 3 stacks of bone meal.
Great. I'm gonna go check up on my...
Good luck. Literally, like... I'm just gonna take plausible deniability. Gosh darn it. This happens every time I stream. I need to ask the admins to, like... like, push this restart back by, like, 2 hours. You know what? I'm gonna... I don't know. Can I get just a gif of jingling keys? Is that jingling keys in front of Markiplier's face? That's great. Hang on. That's just funny. Hang on, let me image. To not make it immediately visible, so that when/if I accidentally leak my social security number, it's not as much of a big deal. There we go. I just got like. And then the dancing penguin, I'm actually going to unlock and move over here. And then this BRB, I'm just going to like make slightly smaller. That's so dumb and I love it. Server should be up again by now. There we go. See? Now you can't even see it until I like whoop, 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 whoop. I would love to get like the Mario 64 like camera pan sound effect for that. That would be funny. Terrain sure is loading. Ah. I don't know if that's right. Let me just relog real quick. Yeah. That was weird. Matt, I forgot you were in chat. You heard nothing. Don't worry about it. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, good job, Matt. I'm real again. Okay, well that's debatable actually. How much? I need 3 stacks and 44. Yeah, good talk, Matt. We love a good amnesia plot. Right? 44? Yeah. I will literally just leave the rest in there processing. And then I need more. I'm just gonna do 4 stacks and then like squimp down the rest. Oh, the dropped items have been cleared. Oh, I also need 44. Just kind of nondescript wool, really. Isn't there like a different recipe? Wait. Oh my gosh. I don't need to process white dye at all. I just needed to wash it! I forgot you could wash the dye! Ah! Well, now I have 1,000,000 white dye. And these give you 2, so I only do need like 44 of them. And then I'm literally just gonna, like, grab, like, a full stack of the other stuff. Apparently I also need a lot more, silly things. That is taking a lot. That is how this works, right? Like... Okay. Cool. Okay. And then I needed 1, 2, 3. How many stripped ones? I needed 6 and 8. I have less than that, actually. Ah. I have that much. Let me run upstairs and do that. I definitely just lost my train of thought. Which is ironic, because I'm not building a train. Nor have I ever had a single thought in my life. One moment. Now, dear listeners, you are less likely to hear my roommates chattering and speaking amongst each other. 3 water. Oiter. Dinketh thine oiters. Three. Okay. Now I should just be able to make 3 oiter wheels. Check those off. Strip spruce bound cross posts. How do those work? I think I need like a little bit of all 4 of those actually. So strip fence, horizontal posts, posts, and cross posts. Let's start with these horizontal posts, because I need like, what, 8? No, I need 4. Then these strip spruce post, 55 fences. So I have 55 of them. Make 12. Oh my gosh, I just put away the sticks. Randy! Randy, your sticks! Randy! Oh my gosh, I gotta get Randy back on the channel again. That'd be sick. Oh, I bet the thing is done washing downstairs. It'd be funny to build a giant washing machine that's just like a bulk washer. Okay. I lost my train of thought again. Okay, going upstairs, right. Oh. Bunch of spruce stairs. And a billion spruce planks. Like, oh my gosh. I don't know if you guys heard someone screaming outside, but that's very funny. It wasn't like a scary scream. That was like a woohoo flavor scream. Oh wait, I only needed 4? I thought I needed 8. Okay, that's fine. I'll probably use them. Unless I can, like... Mod devs, if you ever add horizontal versus vertical stuff, you 100% should make it so that you can, Wait, are they even from the same mod? Oh, they're not. Okay, never mind. I need 28, but this produces 2, doesn't it? So I only need, like, less than 28. I only need, like, 16. No. 14. I hope. Boy, I really hope I did math correctly for the first time in a year and a half and something, I don't know. I did it. I'm number 1. There we go. Okay. I don't actually know how many of these I need off the top of my head, so I'm literally just gonna be like, ah, yeah, full stack. Then, let's say, yeah, let's say 2 full stacks. That feels like a good number. Oh my gosh, the posts need stripped wood. There we go. Let me run upstairs and order a few more just plain text items. Plain text is in, like, I don't need to craft or process them. I just kind of need to, like, pick them up and use them. That's definitely too many. I barely even needed a full stack. Oh well. And how many of those did I need? I needed 3 stacks. Three stacks and 3.5 stacks. Also, honestly, I'm just gonna grab 2 more. This should be finished washing by now. You good, honey? There it is. I should make a machine called the leg test that when you press a button, it just says leg. We don't have speakers, do we? No. Man. Supplementaries is such a good mod. Why don't we have it? Okay, I also need 2 plus 2 additional stacks plus like 6. What the? I'm actually going to carry all of the spruce planks in just raw spruce logs. So calculate 17 times. Hang on, real quick. 1 stack of spruce logs, so it's just 17 stacks. That's so many. Oh my gosh. That's an insane number. So I have all the spruce trapped doors. I already put all of the spruce wood in. Yes, I did. Stairs. It's 2 stacks of stairs plus 6 additional. Two stacks of stairs plus 6 additional. I might actually literally just need a thing anyway for the scary number of spruce wood. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Holy crap! Spruce logs are no longer my most... the thing that I have the most of. I wonder. Vanilla storage is 10 out of 15. Huh. Okay, I really don't understand how threshold switches work with item vaults, honestly. Anyway. Why do I just have a random potion of harming in there? That should be 17 of them. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 16, 17, plus 7 extra. Okay. I don't even know what this redstone relay does. Let me literally, like... Where's my worn notebook? Let me see what it does. Tell me what this does, please. It can be used to connect to other redstone relays wirelessly. Sending a redstone signal takes input from one side and outputs in all other directions. Can be connected within 30 blocks of another relay, and multiple relays can be connected. Okay. So, like, I know that they're different mods, but, like... How far is the redstone link? A few of them. Neat. Kind of looks like something from Botania, though. Big fan of that design. Lonnie's dead. Rip. I need like 55 of them, don't I? Yeah, I need 55 and 40 of the posts. That is 40 of those, 55 of these. How do I make a red windmill bearing? Jasper. Oh, a stone, a wood slab, and L shaft. Do I need any slabs? I could have sworn. Oh my gosh. Oh. Sorry, I had to cough. I could have sworn that I used wooden slabs in this build. Oh well. Sorry, anytime I say the phrase, oh, I could have sworn, it reminds me of, like, this one episode of Animaniacs, which came out in, I want to say, like, the 90s, but now I need to check. When did Animaniacs come out? Yeah, that was 1998, or 1993. That's insane. Man. I didn't even watch it when it was coming out. One of my mom's friends introduced me and my siblings to it. Anyway. But there's some scene where they're in, like, a courtroom, and I don't know why. I want to say there's, like, some bit where, like, oh, actually, because you guys escaped the Warner Tower, which is supposed to be, like, house arrest, you guys are at risk of fines or whatever. And there was some bit where, like, the Animaniacs were cross-referencing people for some reason. And Wacko goes up to a lady holding the Bible, or goes up to a lady and he's holding a Bible, and is like, do you swear? And she's like, yes, like, raising her hand dramatically, and he pulls it away and he goes, you shouldn't, it's not nice, and then walks away and sits down, and it's just like, okay, I'm done. That's it, that's all I had to say. And I think about that a lot, actually. Okay, now I just need to figure out how many copycat thingies I need. Plus 5 plus 4 plus 51 plus 35. Actually, hang on. Let me write these down instead of just summing it up, because I have some in storage already. 60 nice slabs, 45 stairs, 4 steps, 51 vert stairs, and 35 vert steps. Okay. So I have 8 panels. So that would actually be 132. I have 1 additional vertical step, so that would be there. And that's it. So now, take out a calculator and do 132 plus 6 plus 69, 5 plus 4 plus 51 plus 34. I need 300 zinc, I believe. Yeah. I need 335 zinc. However, am I going to get all that much zinc? Oh, hey, look, I got all that much zinc. Okay. Hang on. Where's my calculator? Sorry, I'm really bad at math, actually. Minus 132 minus 64. So that is a full stack and then 8. I think I might have actually miscalculated. I think that should be... yeah. Oh, I could swear that you could recycle those somehow. Okay. So that is all of the panels that I need. Right? 2 plus 12. Plus 12. Okay, I did the math wrong, clearly. I feel like my system slowed down a little bit. Like my storage stuff has, I mean. Okay. Next up, that is 1 stack of slabs. Plus, we'll have to round it to 6, really. Next up, I need 4 steps. Then I need 51 vertical steps. We'll just put these over here. Next up, I also need, oh, these were supposed to all be, stairs, not steps. Okay, let's try that again. I need 51 vertical steps. There was a few moments there where it just wasn't making any noise. That's wacky. It's nice that basically all of those gave something other, like gave more than just one. And I think I made contraption controls a while ago and just forgot, yeah. Okay. Sweet. Hello, the floor. Hmm. Oh. Another 16. And then let's just bring like 3 stacks of stone to use for scaffolding for a little bit. Okay. I know that I won't get kill, but at the same time, my brain tells me that I will get kill. Isn't it still night? Oh my gosh. Oh, by the way, yeah, this is what we're building, if you're wondering. Anyway, let's go. Just need to figure out which of these little holes is the end portal. I think it's this one. Sometimes I just float. Okay, good. There are Endermen. Last time I was in the end, there just weren't any. So, like, somewhere here-ish? I'm gonna turn back on my mini-map, actually, for a little bit. There we go. Let me actually go a little bit further. Hmm. Oh, I have the flight thing still. There we go. Excellent. One moment. Okay. And let me do... Okay, now I will put my Schematic Cannon here. Oh, it doesn't work like that, right? Hang on. Okay. Because, see, my end goal is I actually really love the idea of having it so that there's, like... No, I won't spoil it. Hee-hoo. Oh, and I don't need that yet. Then which one has all of the wall? Here we go. Then I want all of this, all of this, all of this, and this. Okay. This one's just gonna be frickin' filled with spruce planks. I don't remember why it needs so much spruce, but it kind of tracks that it does. Oh. OBS, what you doing? Okay. I tried to mute myself and OBS froze, so there's a non-zero chance you guys just heard me cough really loudly. Sorry. There we go. Oh, and we can tell you to start. I'm kind of, like, intentionally not giving it certain blocks. Just so that it is less likely to try to place a block that actually cannot be placed at all. Isn't there, like, a barrel in the build? Oh my gosh, right, one of those things is... That's fine, I can fix it, as I'm finishing up with it. Why did I have just an individual brass ingot in one of these?
Oh boy, this sure is interesting to watch, isn't it?
I don't know why I'm Mickey Mouse there, but you know. Be nice if there were a way to speed up the schematic cannon. Here we go. There we go. And now literally, like, this is what we gotta do now. If I had thought about it, then I would have planned for the stream to be over. But I didn't think about it. Because I rarely think about things. So, like, you know, we got some metal girders. More metal girders. Which is weird, because I could have sworn that there were blocks, like, here and here. Maybe I was wrong. Man. Hello, MOSFET. I am, bad at time management. It's okay, don't worry about it. Oh, sick. My schedule for the week has been posted. Okay. So, why is my... There we go. Okay. My OBS froze just as I tried to mute myself again, which was really weird. But you know what they say. Anyway. Yeah, so this is what we're doing now, apparently. I should have brought, like, additional materials for, like, oh yeah, like, let's build, like, a little biodome or whatever nearby. Let's build something interesting while we're just kind of sitting here watching this go. But instead, we're just kind of sitting here watching this go. And I do really like the idea of just sitting here and watching this go, and then making it into a time lapse later. That sounds neat. But that does mean that I need to kill time. Like, you know, I need to be entertainment. Crazy, the streamer has to entertain people. Whoops. And I can't just, like, pull up a different game and play it on top of there, because OBS is, like, it's recording what you guys are seeing. Which means that if you guys can't see a thing, then that means that it's not recording that thing. Oh well. So yeah, so part of my idea for this, actually part of my inspiration for this is, I think that y'all saw it, like, last time-ish I streamed, of Grant built, like, their own airship. And that reminded me of this server that I was on a few years back. Kind of. Excuse me, I don't know if you guys could hear me burping there, but anyway. Whoa, do you guys see how the chain gear shift is, like, cut in half? Like, the model is partially broken? That's wild. Anyway. So I was on a server a few years back, where we were playing with the Origins mod. Which means that everybody had, like, a different species that they were. And so it wasn't an avian, because it wasn't the regular Origins mod. We were working with Origins++, which basically just, like, had different flavors of Origins, none of which had, like, their big, dramatic, fancy downsides. It's very strange. Why are those three little pillars not connected? Oh well. Yeah. Yes, correct, MOSFET. The species that I was playing as, I'm gonna call them avians, but I think they were slightly different. They had this mechanic about, like, oh, you know, you can you're always gliding. You always have slow fall. Oh no, maybe it wasn't with plus plus. I think it was just regular origins. Because as an avian, you have to sleep above a specific Y level. And in a previous iteration of that server, because like we had to reset the server because of like some file corruption and changing server hosts. In a previous iteration of the server, I had gotten on top of a mountain and built like this giant bird cage to live in. But on the second one, I found like this decent-sized hill, and then I went above it and I built like a skyboat that's being held up as like a hot air balloon kind of thing. And that's where I slept. And then, for my storage, because even though we had Create at the time, we didn't have like the fancy, all of like the item storage logistics that are relatively recent. So I had this item barge, basically, where it was just like this big, long, roughly square-shaped ship with like motors on the back, floating in the sky, full of just like a bunch of chests of like every single different flavor. And so I would be like, oh, this is my mystical agriculture chest. This is where all of the axolotls are. Because we had a bunch of axolotls, and then that mod actually ended up getting a bad update that would crash anyone who was holding them. So we actually had to go in and edit people's player JSONs. Whoa! Oh, that's sick! Congrats on the streak, Mosfit! I didn't actually know that was a thing, honestly. I don't watch a whole lot of Twitch. I don't know why, but I always struggle to, like, process streams for some reason. Anyway, where was I? Yeah, right, so I had this item barge. We also had mystical agriculture, as I mentioned a few moments ago. Well, don't worry about that. It'll just mess up the video slightly, it's fine. We had mystical agriculture, and so I made this airship that was a group of 4 little biodomes with like a really cool looking tree right in the middle. And then propellers on the bottom, and I think the propellers all spun in like the same motion, and I was really proud of getting that set up. They weren't actually windmills, because the propellers were too small to turn at a reasonable speed as windmills, so they were actually water wheels with rotational bearing underneath them. Now that... no, hang on, because I think the water was actually used to water the crops as well. Anyway. So, where was I? Yes. Then, I had my frickin' magnum opus, and I was actually going to completely port over the design of that ship over to Coven SMP. Unfortunately, the backup that we had of that version of the server is gone. I can't find it anymore, and the computer that I played and like that I downloaded the backup to, it got a faulty update on Halloween and got bricked, basically, which is fun. And so unfortunately I couldn't actually exactly duplicate the ship, but what I could do is I found the specific reference image that I used on the ship, by basically just Googling, like, steampunk airship. And then I just, like, designed a new one. This one is a lot smaller. It's also made out of spruce instead of nearly solid copper, because the original airship that I made, I feel like I named it, by the way. I don't remember what it was named, though, which is kind of unfortunate. The original airship that I made was made almost entirely out of waxed copper blocks. Well, actually, originally it was made out of copper, and then I waxed them. Which if I were to rebuild the ship by hand, like I did, because originally I actually built the ship by hand in survival mode, what I would have done is I would have gotten, like, literally 8 to 12 stacks of copper, and then made a small processing line of a deployer deploying a honey block onto all of the copper, because instead I literally used a few hundred stacks of copper. like literally, or sorry, of honey. I used like, okay, not a few hundred stacks. I probably used a couple dozen stacks though. It was insane. The only reason why I was able to make it like all waxed is because one of the other guys on the server had a honey farm, or a honeycomb farm that was so productive that he was literally throwing away hundreds of stacks a day. By the way, it's so cool seeing this, like, print things out. It's also really weird because when I did this in the overworld, it actually printed from the top down. I wonder why it's printing, bottom down now. Or bottom up, I mean. It's weird. I'm not complaining, though. Anyway. That's so cool looking. The chain gear shifts cut in half is so fascinating to see. I wonder how it would interact with placing multi-blocks. That would be fun to test out. Anyway, but so the ship was it's roughly the same shape as this one, made out of copper on the outside, and then I actually used ashen planks for the deck. And then there were three stories. There was the deck, then there was like the second floor, and then the bottom floor. And the bottom floor was like very small and very cramped. Depends on how the multi-block gets activated. Yeah, that's fair. However, my question about it is, if I activate it, like say it's like one of the ones that's like activated upon just like a right click. If I activate it in the creative mode world where I built the structure, and then I send it over as a schematic and then use a schematic cannon, would it like be open like these chain gear shifts are, I wonder? That'd be so interesting to check. But I had like, oh my gosh, man, I miss that airship. That was so cool. And then directly after it, I built one that I didn't really like, except for one part of it. Yeah, the gear shift might just be a visual error, yeah. I built, like, a full production factory via Create. It was, like, the first time I'd ever done it. And I had gotten help with it from a friend, actually. Same guy who made the honeycomb farm. He's great. He also gave me a chest plate that let me actually fly. He's the reason why he's one of the reasons why I realized that I think that mystical agriculture is overpowered. But I think I've gone into mystical agriculture in my Skyblock series about how I feel like all it really does is it just has you grind for crops for 16 hours, and then it gives you crazy rewards for it, such as being able to have an infinite amount of nether stars and such. But anyway, not talking about mystical agriculture again. So I made a create thingy. What's it called? I made like a create factory that was powered with a massive steam boiler, and then he helped me set up a feeding system because we didn't have any way to pump lava directly into blazes. We didn't have access to straws because that's like an add-on. So instead, he helped me set up like this really complicated system where it would like drop a lava bucket, and then a hand would pick up the lava bucket, and then it would give the lava bucket to one of the blaze burners. And then the bucket would go into a specific chest, and then that would get pulled out by like a belt or something, and then filled with lava again, and the whole cycle would start anew. Yeah, bucket cycling. I could not figure out how to get it to work, honestly. I had so much trouble with bucket cycling. But once I set up, like, this whole area, like the whole processing area, I encased it in a vaguely boat-shaped area of ochrum from the Create mod. And I thought it was going to look so much better than it did. It really didn't look very good, unfortunately, and I'm so sad about that. Because, like, the image for it that I had in my head made it look so cool. Except for one part. Sorry, I keep muting myself. I'm just, like, coughing a little bit. Anyway. But there was this one part that I really, really liked how it looked. Where the bottom of the ship, I had, like, an exhaust pipe for, like, this really cool design of corundum that I think it, like, started out as, like, green corundum and then turned into blue and purple corundum, so that it looked like it was, like, this ancient magic fire shooting out. Yeah, hang on, is ochrum, like, a real... Is ochrum, like, a real thing? Let's Google ochrum. Let's see. I think ochrum is only in create. So we're going to do ochrum minus create. Oh, it's likely named after ochre? Ochre, I think. It's a family of natural earth, or of natural clay earth pigments made up of ferric oxide and varying amounts of clay and sand, ranging in color from yellow to deep orange or brown. Okay, that makes sense. Oh, hey, you're starting to see the propellers. Sick. Let me zoom out some then. There we go. Oh, that's so cool! Because of the sky weave that I put in, it'll show you that you're in the... Okay, that's cool. I forgot about that. I have expected Skyweave to just, like, show overworld sky when it was placed in other dimensions. It can actually be really interesting for a build concept of, like... Oh, it would be so cool to fiddle with it in immersive portals. Setting things up with, like, oh, yeah, you know, here's this exactly identical room, but if you walk through, like, if you go into the bathroom, when you come out, it's exactly identical, but now you're in the end. And since you're in the end, there's, like, this weird rule thing that you have to look out for. That could be cool. It would be so... Like, I really hope that with all of the changes that they're making to, like, rendering stuff for Minecraft, I hope that that means that mods like Immersive Portals become, less finicky in the future. Good luck! I'm also actually gonna drink some water, because I live in the desert, and water's important. Man, I remember Rango. It was a weird movie. About the lizard played by Johnny Depp, who, like, bullcrapped his way into making everyone think that he was the sheriff. Oh no, it's the sheriff. Oh my gosh, I need to figure out what that audio clip is from. Did I not encase that shaft? I could have sworn that I encased it. Wild, okay. I guess because it's not really visible from the outside, huh? Anyway, oh, what was I saying? Fui. I'm going to change the music because this song is making me sleepy. Here we go. Let's just turn on the Scootin' version. And then we will adjust you to be Scooting through clock towers beneath the sea. Nope. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Nothing happened. Man. This is certainly an airship. It is in the air, you see. And you could call it a ship. Anyway. I'm actually really proud of this design. Like once it's done, I will go over more of it. You'll see? Can you tell that I'm trying to figure out what to talk about? Because I can. I am... Ooh, you know, I could talk about Togwidow. That'd be cool, because I think the stream's, what, like 2 weeks away now, and I've done almost no promotions of it, because I actually don't know how to promote it. Yeah, stream's just a little over 2 weeks away. Okay. Huh. Well, I should definitely talk about it then. Because I've been working on this thing for years. Oh my goodness gracious. Do I want to, like, elevator pitch it, or do I just want to explain the whole deal? Let me elevator pitch it for you guys. Future Beck, maybe use this for, like, you know, promotion of things. So, elevator pitch for Togwidow. I just bumped my microphone. Not my microphone. That's called a mouse. It's fine. So, elevator pitch for Togwidow. It is an action-adventure exploration style tabletop RPG. About exploring I call it middle fantasy world. It's not like Lord of the Rings style high fantasy, but it's not like, oh, you have to balance being a normal high school student kind of low fantasy. So I call it middle fantasy because, like, there's a lot of fantasy. Anyway, sorry, this part's not part of the elevator pitch. Let's try this again. So Togwidow is a middle fantasy action-adventure tabletop RPG, where you and the rest of your party play as heroes adventuring for some kind of quest. Sounds a little bit generic, but there's a lot of, like, weird stuff about it. Of, like, you know, you could play as a fae. And the thing about playing as a fae is that every fae has a set of laws that they are physically incapable of breaking. So in one of my playtest groups right now, we have a fae who cannot eat by themselves and cannot swim. And by cannot swim, I mean they are physically incapable of it. The question is whether or not they can float. If you push them in the water, do they sink like a rock? Or do they just, like, hover on the water, over the water? And there's just about, like, every species in the game, I've set up, like, a little bit of, like, unique weirdness to them. even like elves and dwarves, where like dwarves are triangle shaped. They have like very small, thin feet and very wide, broad shoulders. Nope, hang on. Scratch that. Reverse it. Sorry. They have a very wide stance and very thin shoulders and small heads. Because they dig triangular tunnels. Because a triangular tunnel is significantly more stable than a square one. And so the dwarves eventually evolved into being able to better fit in those triangular tunnels, because those who could fit in the triangular tunnels were able to work better and were deemed as better spouses, you know? Like, and then, wow, oh, that water tastes like just tap water. Blech. Probably because it's just tap water. You know, you have a bunch of different classes as well. This is like this has left the elevator pitch territory, by the way. You might have known when it stopped being long enough for me to give you on an elevator. The official elevator pitch is that Tugwidow is an action exploration tabletop RPG about a bunch of silly fellas exploring a strange world using weird and unique iterations of potentially familiar classes and species. But speaking of the classes, you know, you have things like, oh, this guy's a brawler, he uses his fists to punch. Why do I keep burping mid-word? Goodness gracious, excuse me. This guy's a brawler, he uses his fists. I keep getting interrupted as I'm trying to talk about the brawler. He uses his fists to punch well and throw people and such. Or you've got, like, oh, this is the archer. Their whole gimmick is about, like, changing out what arrows they have so that it changes their current attack. And then you've got, like, the trickster, who is a stage magician that's been weaponized, and their whole gimmick is that they can mix and match a bunch of different... Oh, those are already lit up. That's so weird. They can mix and match a bunch of different abilities, and so, like, in one instance, they could, like, throw a card and the card could explode and make you levitate, or in a different instance, they could pull doves out of their hat and anyone in the way of the doves is put to sleep. And then you have, like, the Technomancer, who uses magic to scavenge technology from the ancients of the world and turn it into all sorts of various gadgets, such as a steam-powered robot called a Clockwork that defends them while they produce other gadgets, such as the Hundongular Sprong, and no, I'm not telling you what that does. Because I don't remember which one that is, actually. There are too many things in the game for me to remember all of it. But I have been working on this project for years, and I am so excited because, like, you know, I gotta do a little bit more play testing with it. Some of which I will be streaming in about 2 weeks, actually. But I want to be trying to release the game this September, if it's ready. Like, if it's properly ready. And, you know, like, there's no way that I'm gonna release it and it's gonna be exactly perfect. I am certain I'm gonna release it and somebody's gonna be like, yeah, I found an exploit that lets you have infinite actions on your turn as a fairy. And that's just gonna be something that I'm gonna have to put up with, and I'm gonna have to fix it eventually. But you know what? I'm still hyped as all heck for it. But as previously stated, I am going to be streaming Tugwidow in about 2 weeks from Sunday. I'm going to be streaming it with a bunch of people from Covens and SMP here. And I'm very excited. I still need to finish the campaign for that, honestly. I've got a vast majority of it done. I just need to finish, like, the big dramatic final boss and, like, polish out a few a few details, but like, you know, like I can still start it. I just can't do like 12 sessions in a week. Which, you know, I think that's reasonable. But some of the stuff with Tog Widow is that I intend for the base game to be entirely free as well. Because other tabletop RPGs, I feel like they cost so much to get into. Like, if I want to go play, I did just realize that I don't want to compare my project to other more popular products, because I feel like that's not a great look for it, to be constantly comparing it to things. But also at the same time, it's really hard to explain some things without comparisons. Whatever. Anyway, I've seen some tabletop RPGs where it literally costs like $100 for your game master to actually get into the game and to have everything they need. I don't want to do that with Tog Widow. So my intent is I want to release the main game that'll contain all 16 classes, all 16 species, all of the origins and personality traits and oddities, all the different skills, a whole bunch of pre-made monsters, instructions and pre-made assets for preparing monsters, a full campaign, all of that. I want to release all of it for free, and then I want to have like an expanded version that just has like a couple of specific races for some species, like separating out dryads into fungus, foliage, and flowers, or separating out slimekin into boneless, bone-in, and hang on, not slimekin, sorry, slime folk into boneless, bone-in, and slimekin. Stuff like that. And I'm just so excited. Sorry, I lost my train of thought and just went back like 4 paragraphs in my brain. But the paid stuff is actually what we're going to be testing out on stream. So it'll also work as a good sneak preview of, you know, do you want to put in like the $3 to $5? I'm not actually sure how much it's worth yet because I'm not finished with all of it yet. Do you want to put in like the $3 to $5 that it'll cost? Well, luckily we have a stream that you can just watch and see if it seems like your jam. Or your jelly. Or your marmalade even. I'm not a huge fan of marmalade. I feel like there's too many bits in it. I'm suddenly seeing all of these places where I could have like pulled so many materials to save on stuff, but oh well. It's probably about halfway done, I'd say. But hang on, let me. Yeah, so it's TOGWITO, Tog Wito. Weirdly spelled, it's an acronym. I'm not telling you what it's an acronym for, at least yet. It's a secret for now. Because I think it's funny to have it be a secret. The animation for the blocks landing is like 1 behind. So like, it just launched 2 brass, and now it's just placed the 2 brass. Interesting. But I'm pretty sure that if you look it up, you can actually see a significantly earlier version of the game. Version like 0.0.3. That was initially like me releasing the game to just get feedback from people about like, hey, do the basics of this look good? You know, includes like some mega outdated character building and such. And just like a basic how to play and a couple of other things of that sort. My playtesters currently are working off of version 0.1.4, which is a little bit of a higher number. Just a wee bit. All the way at the other end again. Whee! Please don't tell me that I added an entire extra layer of brass that wasn't needed, though. Okay. It was just wood. I guess that's okay. Anyway, yeah, I'm very excited. Me and the other streamers who are doing it, the other folks from Coven. I really want to come up with a clever group for the name, but I'm not great at naming things, as you may be able to tell. But we've already built their characters, and I recorded the process of them building characters, and I'm just trying to figure out can I use that data? Can I use any of that? Or is it an incomprehensible mess of 5 people talking all at once? But I've been too busy with work, actually, too busy with work and preparing this airship and all sorts of silly things to actually test that. But if you look up Tug Widow, I've got a blue sky for it where I've actually gone in and talked a lot about random little blips of lore, talking about various species, like the Ahaith, which are psychic aliens who are a little bit obsessed with, ow. Oh, my finger bruised? Why? How would my finger be bruised, actually? It's definitely bruised, I just don't entirely know how. Oh, yeah. But you have, alien Ahaith, who are, psychic shapeshifters from another world that are a little bit obsessed with, learning things and, gaining knowledge and stuff. And then I've also gone over concepts like charms and being dishonored, where if you break your own moral code too much, it'll, actually break a part of your soul. And the only way to repair that part of your soul is to do something incredibly thoroughly selfless that actually genuinely puts you in a lot of danger. There's so much work that's gone into this, you guys. I'm so excited to get to share it, and I really hope that it's received well. Unrelated note, though, so much stuff in Ars Nouveau looks like it'd be really good to, bite on, you know? I also don't know why it cut off a layer of the... whatchamacallit? Ooh, I wonder if that anchor works. Maybe I should pull the button. I don't know. I don't know why it cut off a layer of that anchor. Because it's supposed to have, one more industrial iron block, and then, 4 more girders. Thank you very much, Mosfit. I am... Mosfit, no, you'll send the anchor into the void, and I don't know what'll happen. Once this is done, I'm gonna need to test and see if the anchor will just melt into the void and get deleted, or if it'll, impact/land on nothing. That would actually be kind of cool if it, just stops at the world bottom instead of just dissolving. Although at the same time, if it becomes an undamageable entity, like create things do, it would be really interesting if it just keeps going down. And so it's oh yeah, no, you just pulled the anchor floating through space, so we've just got an anchor drifting forever. Good talk, buddy. Anyway. Man. Okay. Well, it's still going, isn't it? I'm really glad that I only made it like one layer, like one below decks instead of two, because I really thought about having there be two, and then I was like, oh no, but I have to build this in survival. Well, you know. I do also think that it'd be nice if there was a way to speed up the schematic cannon. I feel like part of the reason why it places at a relatively slow pace is actually for server lag. But it'd be interesting if there was like, yeah. It was like frickin' 17 stacks of, what's it called? I did just realize that I got 17 stacks of logs and then converted all of that when I needed 17 stacks of wood. Of planks, I mean. Anyway, that's fine. I do that all the time. I'll just have a billion planks. I feel like the reason why the schematic cannon is so slow is actually because it doesn't want you to like place 50 of them and start building 50 massive structures and then just lag out a server. But it'd be interesting if there was some way of like, oh, if it's the only schematic cannon within the range of a schematic cannon. So I don't know how big their range is. I'm gonna say like 256 blocks. If there are no other schematic cannons within 256 blocks, then you can provide it rotational force. And if you provide it like, let's say 64 or more RPM, then it'll increase its placement speed. And for every 64 that you add, it'll like add 50% placement speed. Up to a cap that would be like 2.5 times the this placement speed. That'd be nice. That'd be a good way to rework it. I'm pretty sure that I've said this on stream before, but I'm not a big fan of just complaining about game mechanics without offering... Yeah, that'd be a lot faster. But I'm not a big fan of complaining about game mechanics without ever offering a solution. So as a result, when I don't like things in games, I try to think of a way of like changing it into something that I would actively enjoy. I have this whole concept that I have partially scripted out for a video talking about Paper Mario Sticker Star and what I would have done to make it better, outside of just saying, add back in leveling, and add back in partners, and make it more like the Thousand-Year Door, of like, no, you know, they very clearly wanted to deal with consumable stickers. We've been told that they weren't allowed to add in partners and stuff like that. And so, like, within the rules that I'm pretty sure that they had, it would be interesting to fiddle with changing it. And so, kind of potential spoilers, I'm still not sure if I'm ever making the video. There is a big audience for it, yeah. The Drawn to Life video that I released last week got like 200 views within 24 hours. And so, like, I'm doing something right on that. Apparently that video seemed interesting. But part of my hesitancy on creating a video on improving Sticker Star is just, like, people watch more negativity content. People are more likely to watch a video about complaining that Sticker Star isn't perfect than they are about watching a video talking about how to fix it. And so, like, I don't know if I'm really going to put in the time for it, you know? But at the same time, it's an interesting concept. And I have like a decent amount of relatively basic ideas that are literally just, okay, let's make it so that the items are less consumable. And let's do a couple of, like, touch-ups of weird bits. You know, like, the things. Those are weird, and it's really annoying to have to, like, run back and forth when you need to use them, and, like, oh, you know, certain bosses you just, like, it's just find the right attack to use, and then use it at the right time, and you win. And basically, like, my big suggestions for overhaul, kind of spoilers on the video, but it's fine. My big suggestions are, number one, you set up, like, a set of, like, maybe 16. Pokemon uses 16, so let's stick with 16. Quality tags that all things have, and maybe even that all regular stickers have. And then, like, bosses and enemies are weak to certain qualities. And so, like, Tower Power Pokey would no longer be only defeatable efficiently with a bat. Now, anything with the swing quality would do a good job. Regular items with the swing quality would deal extra damage, but then if you use a thing that has the swing quality, then it has a special interaction. Or there's, like, a big cheap that you have to use a hook on. And maybe it could be, like, any grab-flavored thing. But, like, also at the same time, like, all of the other grab-flavored things are, like, various tapes or staples, and that's not really what the hook is for, so maybe it'd be something like sharp, or maybe, like drag or move. And then I'd have it so that stickers are consumables to an extent. I'd basically just use the research system from Terraria, where as you get more stickers, you can either hang on to them to use them in combat, or sacrifice them to prepare for an infinite quality. And basically every sticker would have a different number of ones, like, required to sacrifice. I'm not gonna say, like, oh, rare ones cost more, because, like, I think there is literally one flashy infa jump, or flashy big infina jump in the game. I would actually adjust that slightly so that, like, everything has at least, like, 3. Or alternatively, actually, I would have it so that, like, there's not limited numbers. It's just, like, how hard are they to find? I don't know. But, like, there could be a lot of really interesting setups around, like, you're sitting there, you're against a boss, and you go, well, you know, if, you know, it'd be great to put this guy to sleep. I don't have any things that can put him to sleep. And even more unfortunately, you know, the, what's it called? The sheep hammer the sheep hammer that I got earlier, I immediately put into researching it, rather than keeping it and using it in a boss fight. And so you could have, like, really interesting risk versus reward around, like, researching your stickers. I really like the idea that there's, like, play off the idea of the sticker album, have it so that the ones that you can use are in a roll. And so when you collect them, you collect, like, a sticker on a square that Kirsty puts on a roll. And if you really want to be cute with the touchscreen gimmick, have it so that you have to, like, scroll through your roll of stickers to find the one that you want to use, but that could get really annoying. So maybe don't do that. But then, once you've researched a sticker, you smack it into your album. And you could even do something really interesting, like with, Legend of Zelda Spirit Track? No. Was it Spirit Tracks? Yeah. With Spirit Tracks, where there was the stamps that you would put in, where you, like, tap on the touchscreen, because remember, this was a 3DS game, and we need that touchscreen gimmick. So you could have, like, the really interesting setup of, oh, you're in combat, do you want to spend a consumable sticker, or do you want to spend, like, SP sticker points, perhaps? We could call it sticker power, have it be SP. Do you want to spend sticker power to use one of these stickers that you've researched already? Or do you just want to forgo that and just use a worn out jump that you always have, and you always have an infinite number of usages of your weakest attack? Because one of the problems with Sticker Star is that you can just run out of attacks and then you're screwed, and there are some fights that you can't run from, which means that if you run out of attacks during them, you're just waiting for the game to let you die. That sucks. Honestly, now that I've, like, gone over it, it actually really genuinely makes me want to, like, write out a script for it. Does it give you stickers during those moments? That's fair, I guess, but, like, man, I played that game when I was in, like, maybe the 5th or 6th grade. Yeah. I think that the way that I would set it up is that you get a worn out jump and a worn out hammer that you always have, costs no resources, and then you can find other stickers that you add to a sticker roll, and then you can take stickers off the roll and add them to your album. And when you filled up a sticker section in the album, then that unlocks it for you. I also had notes in my thing about, like, hey, it'd be cool to have some kind of organization system about, like, different shapes of stickers. Where, like, oh, maybe hammers aren't, like, maybe some hammers, instead of being, like, I mean, it kind of makes coins useless, but also, like, I feel like the only real use for a lot of like, actually, I will note, I do think that coins could be used for other interesting stuff. It could also be set up of, oh, there are a couple of stickers, like secret doors and leaves, that are supposed to be the weird rare ones that you can't research. That is a really good point, Matt, actually. My in the moment, I'm gonna make this up on the spot answer is have it so that, like, the rare special fancy magic stickers you don't research. And then you could even have it so that there are also certain stickers that are like, oh, this sticker gives you more sticker power that lets you use other stickers. You can't research that one, obviously. And then I think also, I don't know, because I was gonna say you could also buy things again, but then at the same time, like, ideally you could research things, and so if you can buy them, it's just a matter of having enough money to research it. I feel like the best way to do it is literally just have it so it's like, oh yeah, no, we have consumable items. They can still be stickers, but we can have it be like, oh, these are a unique class of stickers, and so Kirsty can't research, like, Kirsty can't duplicate them. I'm kind of just assuming, like, oh yeah, we'd give, you give... I'm going to be honest, Thousand Year Door is one of the best Mario RPGs that I've played in a while. Granted, my other experiences with that have been the Mario and Luigi games and Sticker Star. And I think that the Mario and Luigi games were a lot of fun, but I feel like Thousand Year Door had, like... How do I describe it? This sounds like this is a tangent, but... Did you guys see that Dan TDM is playing Dispatch? I watched Dan TDM when I was in, like, 6th grade. He's playing a game that features, like, full frontal nudity several times. And it feels like this weird sense of, like, oh, this thing that I grew up with has grown up with me. And, like, yeah, he's playing a grown-up game because a lot of his audience is grown-up. Yeah, I think the Switch version is, like, Force-censored. I've actually thought about getting Dispatch a couple of times, but I don't have a lot of spare money right now. Also, Tomodachi Life Living the Dream is coming out in a little under a month. Captain Sparkles is close friends with Jay Schlatt. I did not realize that. That's insane. But Thousand Year Door feels very much like a, oh yeah, you grew up with Mario being like this silly guy who's hanging out with his friend and they're having a grand old time. Okay, but you have grown up some now, and so Thousand Year Door is absolutely willing to talk about a story in which the world is doomed and everyone's going to die. And I feel like Super Paper Mario actually stuck with a little bit of that theming. I feel like they did a good job of making a kid-friendly game that doesn't treat the everybody like a kid. I think that's how I'm trying to say. Yeah, that's actually about where I'm at with Captain Sparkles as well. I think he also made Fallen Kingdom, though. I actually really would love to see... Why is the floor still glowing? Oh, trapdoors aren't solid blocks, are they? So they're letting light through. Anyway, I would love to see more Nintendo games that, like, treat the players like they're more adult. I don't know how to put it into words in a way that, like, makes sense. But one of the things that I really enjoy about... One of the things that I really liked about Thousand Year Door was that, like, oh, yeah, no, we're gonna, like, have, like, really interesting character arcs of, like, yeah, here's Vivian, who you see as a minor, pseudo-minor antagonist. Give Mario... Please don't give Mario a gun. Wait, they already gave Mario a gun. The Mario Rabbids games, he had gun. I'm gonna be honest, actually. Yeah, Mario Rabbids were actually really good games. Like, I was not expecting to enjoy them very much. But I had a lot of fun with them. Yo, we're almost done with the top deck, y'all. Woo! That means that we've got, like, I think 5 more layers, except only one of them is a full layer. Anyway. I have so many just, like, random little scattershot ideas written down. I have a concept for a video in the same vein. Yeah, same flavor as my 5th cell video talking about Moshi monsters. Except about a week after I started working on researching it, Moshi Monsters announced that they were coming back and that they were making another game. It's, like, explicitly a sequel. And so now I think I actually need to wait to get more information on the sequel, potentially. Or alternatively, I could end it with, like, and then Flash died, and, like, yeah, there's continuations, but, like, you know, the game's dead, and then it fades to black as if it's going into the outro, and then I jump back in, and I'm like, guess what? It's coming back! That could be a good bit. Another thing that I've actually thought about is like I do like game development stuff of like going over and like basically making a game specifically as like, oh yeah, no, this is a video about me making this game. Here you go. I don't know. I have a lot of random scattershot ideas, and I'm not sure how good any of them are, is part of the problem. Like, is anyone actually interested in a video where I discuss, like, frickin' I can make Deltarune too. One time when I was sick, my older brother offered to go buy me NyQuil so that I could have a fever dream and predict the ending of Deltarune. I said no, because I don't want to be spoiled on the ending of Deltarune. It would be really interesting, actually, to just kind of like... Well, I don't know, I feel like I need like a mostly finished product. I'm not actually always great at finishing products. That's one of the reasons why I am so excited about Tog Widow. Because it's like, it's a thing that I'm producing. Yeah, I believe at last count, the number of pages for Tog Widow's skills, for all of the player skills in the entire game, is like 70 something. And I'm a little bit upset, because for a while it was at 69. And then I like had to like go in and add a bunch of new abilities to like balance things and make things function a little bit better. But man, it'd be phenomenal to have 69 pages worth of skills in the game. Another thing that I think would actually potentially be a really interesting series to do on YouTube is, like, just pick a random game that I like and just gush about it. I don't know. I think the content that I want to be known for on YouTube, I want it to be nice, and I want it to be good. Like very, like, sweet, kind of stuff, you know? I want it to be the kind of stuff that is... I don't want to say feel good, but like, oh, you're having a bad day. Here, why don't you check out one of these videos, because it's just gonna be nice. It's just gonna be like good to watch, good vibes. I'm gonna talk about something cool that I hope that you'll like, for the sole reason of I hope that you'll like this thing. like a palate cleanser after your 600th video of why Sticker Star is a terrible game. But, like, how long did it take me to make that 5th cell video? Hang on. But that's really hard to actually, like, properly check, because, like, you know. Yeah, so technically it was like a 8-month-long process, except like literally 4 of those months I wasn't actually working on it because I was visiting with my family, and it is just freaking impossible to focus on editing when I'm visiting my parents. Like, oh my gosh, there's so much going on in their house that I can just not get it done. Why have the stairs not printed on those engines? That's weird. Yeah, that's very strange. Oh my gosh, I also need to really work on the next Sentinel Comics video. Yeah. I kind of entirely forgot that I'd been working on those. I took a break over Christmas to spend time with my family, and then I just entirely lost track of all of my projects almost. Man. Why is it so hard to get a hold of, like, anything from Sentinel Comics? That's why the internet exists, I guess. Mostly unrelated note, I really love how the guardrails on this ship look. I think I did a really good job with them of, like, I feel like fences would have been way too noisy. And so instead, just, like, single poles is nice. And it kind of makes me wish that we could place fences sideways in vanilla Minecraft. Huh. Why is it not placing any of the copycat stairs anywhere? Like, vertical copy. Oh, non-vertical copycat stairs, actually. That's so weird. Maybe, yeah. I'm assuming it's probably the same, like, oh, it'll just put them down at the end as the last little bits of that anchor as well. Thank you, Pet Brew. I am glad that you like it. It's not done yet. How long have we been at this? Like 30 minutes or so, I think? Yes, Matt, you probably have seen an exact duplicate of it in the overworld. Especially if you've actually, like, been to my base. You will understand why in a bit. I'm pretty sure that this thing will actually stop working if I go too far away from it. Otherwise, I would actually be working on a couple of other things for it. But I think if I go too far away, then the schematic cannon just goes, oh, I guess I'm done now, and stops functioning. I thought so okay, unrelated would be good. I personally am a big fan of Nude Alert and Nut Dealer as the names. Just because Toby Fox is enough of a goofball that I think he'd do it. I think he would 100% make a game called Nude Alert and then never elaborate on it. If you look at the projectiles that the schematic cannon is shooting, actually, it's brown. It's brown. Hang on. I'm going to point out when it shoots out a white projectile. Hopefully. Don't you dare, Matt. That's Joe's job. Gosh darn it, I missed it. Okay. Actually, a better way of it is literally just look at where the projectiles are landing, and then look at where the block is being placed. Oh, is it? Oh, sun's starting to set. That's why it's starting to get dark. It's Ender Cannon technology. But I didn't use any Ender Pearls in building the cannon, Matt! I didn't use any Ender adjacent materials when I built the cannon. The only Ender adjacent stuff here is I already used End Rods earlier, and I'm in the end, I guess. I think that's technically part of Ender adjacent. It's beginner technology. It's quantum, I don't know. It's reverse quantum. Is it reverse? Hang on, actually, what would reverse quantum be? Hang on. What's like reverse quantum? Would it just be, oh, it is in multiple places while you're observing it, but when you're not observing it, it collapses into one location? Or would it be like something wackier? Pavlov was like, I'm conditioning you so that whenever I ring a bell, you'll salivate. It's why you can, like, clicker train dogs. Or there's, like, that one Tumblr post about, like, a girl who got her crush his favorite kind of candy every time she saw him. And so every time he saw her, he would get excited. Anyway, this isn't Pavlov. What about, like, the Oppenheimer's cannon? I think that that's a very different kind of cannon. Yeah, that's... It is, you see. Yeah, it's certainly. You know, it would be really funny. If I had thought about this ahead of time, it would have been really funny for me to just record the audio for one of the Sentinel Comics shorts, and then just publish that raw. But I need to, like... Lucid blocks. Let me look it up real quick. Like, quite frankly... Yeah. Ooh, they've got their own website. It's kind of unfortunate how rare that is nowadays, actually. It seems like it could be really interesting, actually. Explore, build, and survive in a liminal voxel expanse oozing with surreal landscape and esoteric critters. Explore your dreams. I'm a little bit worried that they're gonna make it, like, creepy. Because Dreamcore kind of stuff has such a potential to be scary. I don't know if that makes sense to me. Yeah. I think that it's okay for a game to be, like, spooky. Like, I actually think that Minecraft is kind of a spooky game. At least in single player. In, like, vanilla single player Minecraft, you're the only sentient being on this world. You're wandering around through the darkness. Your life is in danger at all times. It is and isn't a canon. Yes, that is correct. It's a canant. Schrodinger's canon. Yeah. It seems like Lucid Blocks will be really interesting. I'll have to look into it. Maybe I'll stream it at some point. That could be fun. Oh my gosh, I should replace the grass up here with endstone and have it be growing a chorus. Oh, hang on though. Because it's supposed to be the same boat. Oh, man. Man, that's going to be something I'm going to have to fiddle around with, though. Will the tree even grow proper? Oh, no. Am I going to have to grow my own tree now that I'm, like, build my own tree for it? Oh, I'm not good at building fancy trees. Ooh. I'll try growing one of the dynamic trees and seeing how it looks. Alternatively, I'll literally just, like, make a schematic of the tree on the other side, and then use the schematic cannon to copy-paste it. Oh, yo, it is, that was weird. It is starting work on the sail. I took so long to make the sail, you guys. Literally, I went through, like, 3 or 4 variations of this thing. Because the first one that I made was like slacked, and it looked like there was just no wind in the sail. And then the second one that I made, just like the second and third and fourth and like a bunch of them, they just didn't look like they were going out enough. And I think I managed that. I hope. I really hope. Airships are cool. I'm a big fan of building airships in Minecraft. I feel like the create mod really lends itself to building airships. But I feel like it's fun to just build, like, magic floaty things in the air. Maybe I should build more. I kind of fit in a little bit with, like, more, with my own more recent. I don't really know enough about airships to say that I have any favorites. This one's cool. Out of all of the airships that I have built, this one might be my favorite. Which, like there's not a lot. Yeah, I'm really proud of this one's design. I'm gonna hear this song in my frickin' dreams tonight. I've been listening to this for like an hour now almost. It's almost done though. That's nice. This does not move. We don't have like anything on the server that would make the entire ship move. It's actually part of the reason why I'm building another one out here. You'll see once my evil scheming is complete. Come on, just finish the little domey bit at the bottom, and then also the other little bits, and then I can play the game again. And by play the game, I mean end out the stream, because it's like 3 hours long, and I've spent a third of it watching this thing build, and I didn't realize it was gonna take an hour. I did not realize it was gonna take an hour. I thought this was gonna go like twice as fast. Is it done? Shouldn't be. I think that it's... What is it firing? Oh, is it firing all of the little bits and bobs now? Yeah, okay. Oh, like the doors, probably. And hopefully the stairs? It's not moving. Is it? Are you sure that it's finished? Have I missed chat messages? 10. So 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Yeah, okay, sick. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't actually need all of this. I really thought I was just gonna miss that jump. What? Oh my goodness gracious, I didn't... Okay. The unofficial Homestuck collection, huh? Good luck. I cannot technically get down. So let me do that. And then I need... Okay. Now... actually, I want to go directly home. So I need a barrel, some frickin' stairs. Copycat stairs, more accurately. I also don't know why it didn't put... Okay. Kind of ruined a little bit of the surprise. Nobody process anything that's happened, okay? Okay. Doing great. Doing real well here. Okay. House. In-ship warp scroll. I need a barrel. And more copycat stairs. Let me get like 20 of them. Okay, and then I also actually want to use leaps and bounds to just get here. Oh wait, no, hang on. These aren't turning. My favorite part about the railings is they're not actually helpful for me. Yeah, I thought so. And then all of those. Those as well. I'm not sure how many how much wood was there. So I'll take some stacks. And let me also actually grab a couple of additional source berries. Now. There we go. Wait, I need a lever as well. There we go. Live. Dungarees. I like how you can, like, get shulker meat and just eat shulkers. Because I'm sure that that's an entirely reasonable thing to want. That needs to be a little bit further back. There we go. Where's my wrench? That's not where I was looking, but I kind of need it open anyway. Skyblock. Sorry, this just reminds me of my Skyblock world. There we go. And now we have something with at least a little bit of source generation. It's kind of the fuel source of the ship, really. Here, take these. We'll need them. Because if I just slide through here, this mycelial source link is able to very slowly pump this source jar full, along with this agronomic source link for these, which now that I'm thinking about it, do those grow in the end? I hope they grow in the end. Light levels, okay. Right, so I need to... add some light. Please function. Thank you. Okay, let's see. I need that there. That there. Hang on, that actually won't work properly yet. I went a little bit too far down, hang on. Stop it. I'm so glad that I have the original Starwalker. And then I also realized that I need more water, but... Leg test. Uh-oh! Leg test has failed! Is the server dying? If the... Oh, no. My internet has disconnected from the internet. What the heck? No idea if he's even seeing the message. It's weird, this has happened again. Okay, settings. The music is still working. Okay. Yeah, honestly, JD's a Lentleman, I am just going to cut the string here. Like, I don't know what to do here. Yeah, so it's working. I just punched that in on the, like, my internet is fine. I just punched that in on the, whatchamacallit? On the web interface. So... That sucks. Well, thank you all very much for coming anyway. Yeah. Sick. Thank you guys for coming. Man, what else do I have to say? I don't know, go check out my Drawn to Life video if you haven't already. I'm assuming that you're watching this part on my VODs channel. Hello, this is a secret. You're very cool for watching it on the VODs channel. You should watch my main channel videos, though. They're very cool. Anyway, as always, I hope you have a lovely morning, evening, and I'll see you again another time. Goodbye!